My message today is called Time to Prosper. I don't know if you've ever had, well, you probably have, that you can be doing so well in your life. And I mean, there's been movies made about this. There's topics that people go around it, and that you could have some people really come into your life and change, literally change you to the point that you stop prospering. And what happens with the first initial meeting with anyone who is not on your side or for you is they're going to find a way to convince you otherwise. And what they bring to you right off the bat is losses. Because although you don't see it or you may not believe it's going to happen, it's right there in front of you. To identify a person who's going to bring you losses is that they are not, if you are the person that know what prosperity is like, okay, there is something that you know well enough about you, okay, something so deeply, and all in the name of trying to get to know other people, and well, you don't you want to have friends and so on and so forth. It can be clouded. It can crowd out the spirit of truth, where you're not really seeing, is this person in front of me even worth it? And we are given so much in society to teach us not to be too discriminatory, to discriminate against. And discrimination went to the place of racism and so forth. But I'm not going with that. I'm going with the personality of a person. You you ought to discriminate very, very carefully and right away when somebody who's coming into your life don't even share the same values. They may be fun, they may be exciting, they may give you an opportunity to come out of your shell if it's what you have, and you can have a good old time. You kind of let your hat down and you take off your tie or whatever. But really, those people, they're called partiers. The thing about a person who wants to have a continuous party compared to a person who really is joyous within is that these people come with vices, and they are a vice themselves. In the times when people would basically would want to bend something, whatever, they would put it in a vice and slowly tighten it until they tighten it around the rod or whatever, or the piece of metal or whatever. They make it more flexible that way by putting tightness around them. Then they're able to bend it. You will find the less influence that a person has on you is that you keep one eye opened while you're shaking them, and you make sure you don't look down at their shoes. You look at them square in the eyes, look at them square at the stuff that they're putting out at you, because you will know it right off the bat. That first minute, 10 seconds, or whatever, you'll know right off the bat who that person is. And society doesn't teach us a lot of this, right? Society doesn't teach us to base our impression on first impressions. And it really does work. It really does work. Care to prosper? The only way you're going to do that is you have to stay on prosperity's path. Because anything that starts off slowly to get you to compromise will create a laxed attitude. And the more relaxed you become, the more you let your guard down. We are, and we ought to be, the kind of people that can flow and go and be with other people fine, sociable. I mean, you're a good natured person. You're going to be that way anyway. But don't ever approach a situation with a certain level of discrimination for a person who does not have your best interest at heart. And you'll know them. And the thing is that by their very influence, they've even put out studying with molecules and electrons. They've even showed us that if electrons are affected in any way, shape, or form on the path they're on, they end up going off. There's a certain level of disparation. It separates from its wholesomeness, and it gets broken and it gets shattered, and it doesn't remain a consistent electron after that. And the thing is that the only way to really prevent a lot of what people will try to harm you in your life from prosperity is that they don't know how to prosper. And they will try their best to get you away from discipline, to get you away from looking at the things that are really important to you. And you slowly begin to let go of habits and those things that that are important to you but not important to them. And what they will do, you will find a certain level, small tidbits of undermining what is really important to you. So I would just leave you with this inspiration as my videos go on and on about inspiration, and trust this video is somewhat encouraging. Is don't let don't let those who are not sharing your values to be within the context of your prosperity, because in the end you're the only one that's responsible and knows your joys and knows your own sorrow. No one can ever get into that region in your life, because at the end of the day it's really you and you alone, and looking up to God sees everything. So the encouragement in most of my videos is just basically don't give away when it's got such a high level of value and importance in your life, especially in the arena of prosperity. Don't give it away, because over time whoever is affecting you will erode, and you will find money and all these other things that became your, what some people say, working your mojo or whatever. Some people like to say that when it's really you in operation, right? You, by embracing all this good stuff that other people won't. And if you put the work in, don't put the work into people who are trying to get you to stop working at what is prosperous. Have a good day and do like and subscribe. Thank you.